Hey guys, welcome back to the 1,000 Card Project. This is our weekly report, and we're going over the week of September 14th through September 20th. And I got to start off by saying that we had a big fumble this week. I was trying to make some changes to my YouTube account and deleting some YouTube channels that I wasn't using or that had been old, and accidentally lost my entire channel for the 1,000 Card Project. And so I had to start a new one. So hopefully everybody is finding this. For those that are just having to find it because they can't find the other one, I apologize. I think the new handle is 1K at 1K Card Project. And I'm going to try to add as many of the old weekly reports as I can and as many of the old videos as I can. The podcast, I've already uploaded all the previous episodes, so you can check those out. But is what it is. Live and learn. And we jump into this week's weekly report. So, for those that are new, this is just a good opportunity to recap what the project is. And so, we started with a $500 investment. We bought 300 and something cards, I believe. I can't remember exactly what it was, 333 or something. From that, our first goal was to build that up to 1,000 cards, and that were worth at least $1 a piece. And then we've been gradually flipping that up to where we're going to make it to where each card is worth $100 a piece. And so we've been tracking this all along. I think this is maybe week 37, week 38, something like that. And unfortunately, all those weeks have been lost. So I apologize, but it is what it is. This is all based off the Kevin Kelly 1,000 True Fans article. And basically, the premise of the article is that if you're building a business, you don't have to have a massive following. You just have to have 1,000 true fans that are willing to give you $100 a year. And that's a $100,000 business. And so taking that, applying it to a collection to where we can build a $100,000 collection. And we've been tracking that along the way. This week, double whammy, was not a great week, and it's a hard week to explain. We had 22 total cards sold and 0 bulk cards. We sold them in a combination of different ways. We sold on CollX 41.7%, eBay 29.2%, ComC 20%, and we had a couple trades, and I'll explain that as we get to them. If you are not following me on eBay or CollX or ComC, make sure you do so. If you're on CollX, we have not tried that platform out. I'd love to be the first person to buy from you. So get on there, 1,000 Card Project, look for me. Let me know that you're on there, and I will buy your first card from you. Bulk cards, what that is I had an existing collection that I had with me from various different stops, and I'd taken about 3 months to kind of relearn the hobby and try different strategies and different things. And so, of course, made some bad purchases and that kind of stuff. And so what I did is I threw all that into what I'm calling bulk. Basically, been selling that off on the side. And the whole idea is no matter what kind of collection you have, where you start, you can kind of liquidate what you have to create some funds. And so what I've been doing is gradually selling that off to kind of pay off what I'm calling debt. And, just taking my time to do that. So this week's, again, hard to explain, 0 total bulk card sales. But, we started that initial kind of money that I spent was $1,400 and, $1,419.04. We have paid $1,035.60, whatever that is, 62 cents. We have $383 total dollars left of that debt, and then whatever we sell goes back into the project. Right now, what we do is we take half of what sells, put it in towards the debt, and half and put it towards the project. And we've been using that as kind of a budget and whatnot. Now, the card project sales this week, we had 22. Now, we give each card a level. So if it's a $5 card, we give it a level 6, meaning that after we sell it, fees, everything, we hope to walk away with at least $1 profit. So $6. And we track that. And so each week, we're trying to make sure that we're hitting over what that projected level is. So 91 would be would be $91. And we hit $127. So that means we've sold some cards a little bit higher than that $1 profit, which is which is always a good thing and helps us scale this faster. Here's a bunch of things that we sold. The big things I want to kind of highlight here is one strategy that I've been doing or trying is I've been taking lower grade cards that I get. Oftentimes you're selling that for a loss or you're selling it for what it would be to be raw. And what I decided to do is rather than, just take the loss on that and try to get as much money back, what I've been doing is going to uh, card shows, offering those slabs up in exchange for a trade. And I try to either go dollar boxing, value boxing, meaning and try to kind of go even trades. So, for this example here, I had a Caleb Williams hollow, $46 is what I was into it for. Came back in 9 after the cost of grading and everything. And so instead of just taking the loss or just trying to get as much money back as I could, I found a dollar bin that I could found 46 plus cards, offered up an even trade of here's a slab of a hot player that they can liquidate quickly because they're in a show setting. And I take the 46 cards that I know typically I can make that, double my money there. In my mind, that's going to be $92 for that card instead of the $46. It'll take longer. There's work involved and those types of things, but I do think it is a good strategy to try. If you're just trying grading and maybe those things aren't, you're not getting those tens that you hope for. So interesting strategy. Let me know what you think about that. Purchases this week. So out of the 22 cards that we sold, a lot of that came from just kind of backup stuff that I had. And so I only bought 2 cards for the project. And I think it was like maybe $50. Or it was less than that. I think it was like $22 that I spent. And so I got 2 Mark McGuire's PSA 9s. Actually, it was less than that now that I think about it. So one strategy that I'm taking away from a guy named Dale Cabert. Dale's going to be on the podcast, which I'm really excited about. Very, very interesting guy. Lots of kind of low dollar strategies that I think are brilliant. And he does a great job of sharing that information out there. But one of his strategies is to have these kind of $15 slab boxes. And so what I've been doing is trying to identify what he does is he tries to find GOAT cards, the best players, grade those. He's into the card for $1 or $2. He grades it with an alternative grader for about $8 to $10. He tries to keep his total cost into it under $10. And then he sells them at shows in slab boxes for $15. And he says that they go really, really well. And so I don't do shows, but I'm trying to figure out a way to do that same strategy online. And so I decided to grab these 2 Mark McGuire's, a great player. I was into those for both under $10 a piece. I'm going to try to sell those for $15 and see if I can replicate that strategy. I'll keep you posted on that. Current budget, this is the only silver lining in this whole week of tracking. We are sitting pretty healthy with our budget. We're at $1,838.59 plus our inventory, which is about $6,000. So what started with $500 and 300 cards is now, about $7,000, $8,000, of value that I have in this project. Super excited about that. Collection overall is sitting at 6,073. So again, if we just liquidated all those cards for what they should go for pretty conservatively, we should be able to walk away with $6,000 plus what we have in the bank. So all in all, frustration this week from, the YouTube channel and even not having too many sales in the project. But, when you scale back and you look at the big picture, still really in a healthy spot and lots of positive things. We've got the podcast going. We've got the project pretty healthy. Our processes and our systems are getting refined. I did do a new inventory system and been doing it by number and SKU, and that's been a lot better. So really refining this thing and getting excited about almost getting close to that 1 year mark of doing this. And so appreciate you guys following. If you have any comments, any strategies, anything to try, please let me know. If there's anybody that you want to have on the podcast, please let me know that as well. Looking for great people there. And then as always, you can purchase cards or sell us cards. That always helps what we're trying to do as well. But appreciate you guys. Thanks, and we'll catch you next week.